Welcome to Patty's Aquatics. So today I'm super excited to show you what I got in the mail just recently, and that is a light from Glowrium. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take this out of the box. I'm going to demonstrate how to use it and show you its features, tell you what I think about it. So stick around. Well, I can tell you just taking it out of the box that this is put together and built just phenomenally. The build on it is very sturdy, durable, and hobbyist friendly. This is the 36 to 42 inch model. It goes all the way from a 12 to 17 inch to a 48 to 53 inch models. And I'm pleasantly surprised so far with this one. I've been using it for a couple weeks, but I can tell you right now, like I said, the build of it itself is something that I have not seen in a lot of other lights from different manufacturers. And the cord length itself is about 6 feet long. It's got an easy operational controller, which I'll show you when I demonstrate. And then the feet that extend out on both sides. And it also has like a little rubber coating on them, which will help you from not scratching the top of your aquariums. So that being said, this is the actual make of it, which I think, like I said before, is phenomenal in my opinion. But let's throw it on my tank and I'll show you how it works. All right. So I have the light all set up on my 48 inch, 4 foot, 75 gallon tank. I just want to note that it is not staying on this tank. I got this light specifically for another tank and project. And if you see down in the right hand corner, you can see a light of a tank. That's what it's going on. It's a 3 foot tank. That's for, again, another project at a later date. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss that one. It's a pretty cool project I have in mind. But anyways, this light, being a 3 foot, 36 inch light, it still lights up this 4 foot tank great. And I've been using it on here for the last couple weeks. So enough of that. How do you get this thing to work? Well, it's very simple. First, looking at the controller in my hand, that red light that's on, that's telling you that there's power going to your light, but the power is not currently on. Now to turn it on is the button down here that says on and off. Press it once and colorful life will spring from Glowrium into your tank and your light is on. Now, how do you adjust the different dimming sections of this light? There are 7 different cycles. Simply hit the button. Every time you hit it, it'll cycle down. It's cycling down to the lowest and then it'll cycle all the way back up to the highest. It'll keep going that way with every press you make. Now, if you want to adjust that from either going from the highest level to the lowest level, simply press this dim button in. And it'll go all the way down to the lowest. Now press it all the way in again, and it'll go all the way up to the highest. Easy peasy, right? All right. Next is the mode button. This is going to switch you between day mode and night mode. Now you currently are in day mode, so if you hit this once, goes to night mode, turns that blue light on. Now, if you don't want that on, you want to go back to day mode, simply press it again. All right, that's going to lead us into the timer. Now, this is a pretty nifty function. It has a difference between 6 hours, 9 hours, and 12 hours. You simply cycle through those by hitting the clock button here. You can see it'll cycle between 6 hours, 9 hours, and 12 hours. Now, how this works, let's go with the 6 hours of demonstration so I can explain. Say it's noon where you're setting this up and you just hit this button for 6 hours. Your light will stay on for 6 hours from noon till 6 p.m. and then it'll turn off. And then that following day, what happens is at noon, it'll start a sunrise cycle for a half hour from noon to 12:30, go to its normal level. And then at 5:30, it'll start the sunset cycle and it'll start to slowly dim down till 6 o'clock and turn off. So it's the same thing with the 9 hour or the 12 hour. Whatever time that you hit the button and set it on here is what time that'll start. Now, if you want to take that timer off, simply hold that button in and it takes it off. Now you have no timer on. So that is the logistics basics of this light. It's like I said, it's very easy to operate and I love it. Well, what can I tell you about this light so far? I can tell you for one, like I mentioned, the build on it is just spectacular. It is very durable, user-friendly, and like I said, it's not something you're going to have to worry about that's going to be very fragile. I love the controller on it. It's very simple. It's very easy. Nothing to get really complicated with. There's been some lights in the past where you have so many different buttons or so many different things. It's so hard to understand it. This is straightforward and simple and easy, but yet it packs a punch. It packs a punch with this light. You know, the different levels of light and cycles on this tank are just great as well. You can switch them between whatever you want, whether you're going to go down to one of the dimmest or back onto the brightest. So, like any product that I'll show on my channel here, I'm giving you this unboxing. I'm giving you what I think of it thus far. Now, I will test it further for some months and give you an update later on as far as durability and longevity of it. But I can tell you right now, hands down, this is one of the best lights I've had, and for the cost that you can get it at. This isn't something that's going to cost you an arm and a leg for these non-app models. So that's really something to think about, because I'm always looking for lights, especially in a fish room like my own, where you can find lights that aren't overly expensive to be able to light up all your tanks. So that being said, I'm very happy with this light thus far, and I think you would be too. Well, if you're interested in this light, there's two ways to get it. You can either go to Amazon, and I'll put the link for this light in the description, which then in turn you'll be able to see all the different sizes. And two, you can go to the Glowrium website. I'll put that also in the description of the video. They have a plethora of awesome products on their website, not just aquarium lights. They also specialize in lights for houseplants. So if you're someone that's into houseplants, that's also a very cool thing to go look into. So make sure you check out Glowrium's website for that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this light as much as I did, to be honest with you. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so, because like I said earlier, you don't want to miss that tank build I wind up putting this light actually on. And always remember to think outside the box and take a step back into nature. I hope to see you next time here at Patty's Aquatics.